Hi, I'm Kathleen Hupfeld. This video contains a very brief demonstration of the cortical silent period, or cSP protocol, that we've adapted from Tinazzi and colleagues' 2006 publication. You can find the citation and the link to this original paper in the description of this video. For a much more detailed discussion of all the necessary preliminary steps for setting up a cSP experiment, please see my longer TMS demonstration video. In this video, we'll assume that we've already used the processes outlined in the longer demo video to screen the participant, set up EMG, find the motor hotspot, and establish the resting motor threshold, or the RMT, for the first dorsal interosseous, or FDI muscle. We'll also assume that we've already collected maximal voluntary contractions, or MVCs, from this participant. Here are the 3 different force tasks, or grips, used by Tinazzi and colleagues. These are index finger abduction, power grip, and pinch grip. In this study, the authors aimed to test whether these different force tasks would elicit different cSP durations. For more information about basic cSP setup and what we're measuring with cSPs, please see my short cSP video, linked here. In this case, the participant's RMT was 42%. So for the cSP trials, we'll use 120% of the RMT, which comes out to an intensity of 50%. Then we'll collect 3 cSP trials, one using each of the 3 grips. For each of these trials, we'll deliver a TMS pulse approximately once every 10 seconds for 2-minute trials each. We'll first run a trial doing index finger abductions. And then we'll run a cSP trial using a pinch grip. And finally, the 3rd cSP trial will use a power grip. We'll then look at whether the cSP duration differed between these 3 motor tasks. You can perhaps see some differences in cSP durations by only visually inspecting the data. For instance, the power grip cSPs visually look a little bit shorter than the abduction and pinch grip trials. Here we'll scroll through part of the raw EMG trace from each of the 3 different trials, so you can look for some of these differences that are visible by eye. However, in order to actually analyze these trials, we'll want to implement code that uses objective criteria to determine the cSP onsets and offsets and calculate cSP duration across an average of all the silent periods that you collected in one trial. Please see my data analysis protocol for further instructions on performing these calculations. That concludes this demo video. I hope you found it to be useful. If you have any questions about the topics discussed here, please feel free to contact me via email or Twitter. And for further information about cSPs and setting up a TMS experiment, please see the other TMS videos on my YouTube channel. And for further reading on methodological considerations for cSP experiments and variations in cSP post-processing steps, please see our recent publication in the Journal of Neuroscience Methods, which I've linked in the description of this video.